Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tourbillon map guide. Today we're on Temple of Anubis, and we'll start by going to the first point. So the first spot I'm going to show you is right at this health pack. If you put a turret pretty much on this health pack here, so placing your turret here is going to do a couple of things. One, it's going to stop your team from picking up this health pack and it'll actually repair itself whenever it's damaged. You can see that the health pack is gone and it uses the health pack to get its health back up. You can see here that it's still at full health. So yeah, this turret isn't going to cover much of a wide range, but it's really going to cover this whole area at the start, which is probably more important. So really your turret might not last for that long, but it's a great spot to kind of slow down the enemy team at the start of a game. This second spot you've probably seen used in a lot of games. Somebody just sets up their turret here and they can sit behind this statue here and just keep hitting their turret and repairing it. It's going to cover all the way through those gates and anybody trying to stand up at the top, so when a Widowmaker's starting to push a bit more, you can easily just get rid of them. It's going to cover all the way through here and pretty much up these stairs here, and of course anybody trying to flank through on this side. This third spot, you're going to head up the stairs on the enemy's side, head through this little doorway here, and if you come right around here, you'll see this palm tree here, and if you place a turret just behind this palm tree. Placing a turret back here is nice because it's actually covered by the palm tree, not in a sense that it loses range, but in a sense that it's going to be visibly covered. As you can see, it covers a nice chunk of the point up there. It could be outsniped by anybody standing up against a wall, but really, if the point is what you're trying to protect, this is a great spot because it's going to cover anybody coming into the point, anybody heading into the doorways or coming out of the doorways, and it's just a nice area for supporting your team if they're in a fight down here. If you stand on this ledge right here and get a mate to place a wall that is spawned on this ledge here, you can actually jump up here. And you've got two spots really. You can put a turret up here if you want to be a bit risky and, you know, get your turret in a vulnerable spot, but I probably prefer to sit a turret just down on this little ledge here. So placing a turret up here is not only going to surprise the enemy team, but it's going to cover them as they come out the spawn gate. And honestly, I feel like this spawn gate is the most used gate. So it's going to cover this whole area back here. It's going to cover a lot of the area out of their main spawn gate, but once they get past this statue here, they're pretty much in the clear. So if there's a tanky class, they could run past and completely forget about you, but for any of the weaker classes like Tracer and Zenyatta, it should do a fair bit of damage before they come out. As you can see, it reaches pretty much between those two statues there, so it covers all the way to the end of those statues, but anybody standing in between them or further is going to get hit. This is a really good spot for the start of a match because it's going to hit them with the surprise factor and severely cripple their lower health classes. This is the second spot where you're going to need a mate to boost you up. If you just get a mate to place you here. By the way, huge shout out to Deemedrol, he found this spot, really good work on his behalf. You can just casually jump up here and place a turret on this corner. This spot in my opinion is actually a much stronger spot than it seems. This area here is a critical point for the other team to get onto the point, and if you can actually stop them from getting onto the point, it's almost as good as protecting the point. Having a turret up here is going to cover this whole area down here, anybody coming through the door, anybody trying to flank by going up there, and pretty much everywhere up on this ledge here. It's also going to cover anybody going over the bridge, and as you can see, it covers anybody pretty much up to the range of that door. So really this spot is excellent. No classes can get past you without being shot at least, so you're going to at least have a warning system when people are walking past, and much like the last point, for lower health classes who aren't expecting it to be here, it's a really powerful spot. Definitely use this if there's a Mei on your team. Up on the screen now, there'll be some aerial images showing these spots in a bit more detail, and you can kind of see where their range reaches and stuff like that a bit more easily. These pictures were all made on Stratuga.com, definitely check that out, it's an amazing site if you want to really get your head into the game of competitive Overwatch. You can have a look and edit maps yourself and have a look at aerial images. Definitely check that out if you have the time. If you don't want to check out these maps but still want an album of pictures, there'll be a link to that in the description below, so you can check that out, especially if you're on mobile. Alright, so we're on the second point, because you suck and the other team's gotten past your first point. So if you hop up onto these stones here, up here, over to this ledge, onto this little rock here, and jump over onto this platform. It's a bit of a tricky jump, but once you get up here, you can actually place your turret anywhere you want on here. And you can place it anywhere around the circle situationally, but I recommend putting your turret about here-ish. The turret in this spot's going to cover the whole walkway down here and also all of the point, except for the little bits down here that it's going to be blocked by the floor. It's going to cover anybody coming through this flank route here. This spot's great for stopping people from getting onto the point and weakening classes as they head onto the point before you kill them. Definitely try this out, it's a great spot and it's pretty fun to get up there and use. Also, it's actually going to shoot people heading into that door here. So anybody going for the health pack in a last ditch attempt is actually going to get shot at and probably killed, especially if they're a bit of a squishy class like Tracer or Zenyatta. This second spot on the point is really obvious. Sit a turret up in this corner. You've seen it done a million times, but it's definitely worth mentioning in case you haven't played the game before. Turret in this corner is very well hidden. It's well covered and it's going to cover the whole point here, and especially going further back. So the turret doesn't actually lose range as people come around this corner, so it's great for stopping people in their tracks. This third spot is just up here behind the door. Josh Reinhardt over here is the one who found this spot and showed it to me. It's a great spot. So anybody coming through this door is going to get a nasty surprise as they start getting shot from behind. It's not going to cover anybody on the point, but as you start to defend this point, it's definitely worth putting it here because it's going to stop people from getting onto the point. It's going to cover this whole side alleyway here, which is a popular route for flanking classes like Tracer, and since they're low health, they're easily going to get picked off. This last spot I'm going to show you, you need a mate to get up here, but this is seriously, in my opinion, a bit of a game-breaking spot because it doesn't only apply to Torbjorn. If you do a bit of parkour to get up here, and if a mate spawns a platform up here, you can get up here and up here. Now, this isn't only for Torbjorn, you can get any class up onto this ledge that you want, and that can be seriously devastating. I'd probably suggest putting a turret in this corner right here. Much like the other spot on the pillar, you can rotate this around depending on your situation. If you're having trouble on this side, place the turret here, and if you're having trouble on this side, place the turret wherever you want. But this spot is going to cover the whole walkway. It's going to shoot over most of the brick walls over here. It's going to cover anybody going to their health pack. It's going to cover most of the point over there, as Josh is demonstrating and slowly dying to. Honestly, if you can get a turret up here, you're going to seriously damage the enemy team. It's such a good spot and you can change it as much as you want depending on the situation. Also, it's really well covered. Not many classes are going to be able to get you the turret. As you can see, you can barely even see it. Anywhere that you can see the turret can see you. So you're easily going to get shot by it. All in all, if you can get a turret into this spot, you're going to absolutely destroy the enemy team. It's such a powerful spot. There'll be some more pictures up on the screen right now showing these spots in more detail. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I've got plenty of other guides on my channel and there are more to come soon. I have a guide for Illios, Kingzor and Hanamura. Definitely check those out if you like this video. Speaking of which, if you like the video, drop a like, subscribe if you want to see more. My goal is to go over all 21 maps, releasing one every week. So if you want to stay tuned on those, subscribe. I'd like to give a huge thanks to Josh, who helped me out in this video by playing as Reinhardt and May. He's a good helper. Once again, a huge thanks to the folks at Stratuga for making the aerial maps and having an awesome website for me to use. That pretty much wraps it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.